Welcome. Take your seat. You are about to enter the room.
It's the first of the month, so get your checks of the month, everybody. Welcome to the room where we talk about wrestling news, gossip, and of course, we give our thoughts and opinions. I am your host, your tribal chief Ismani, and again, I'm here with my wise woman Leslie and the final boss, WrestleFaith. Guys, it's been a lot that has happened this month, this week, this year. Let's gossip.
All right. So we're going to start off the show with some news, please. As we talk about our topics, we want to hear from you in the chat. Shout out to the viewers that are already joining us. All right, ladies. So first topic of news today. Oh, hey, Dalton.
Hey, Dalton.
Welcome. So first point of news today. WWE Unreal is set for its second season, and it has been filming. Chris Weaver, the director of season 1, is also going to be this season's director, and he's been showing up at multiple events lately to film the show. And so, guys, as much as I want y'all to feel like this is raw, unscripted, unfiltered content, I just can't say that it is, and I can't say it's not. But I know that if the Rock's team had to edit the first season on Unreal that had anything to do with him, that to me says maybe it's not as raw and unfiltered as it should be. But this season is supposed to be a heavy focus on Seth Rollins's cash-in, along with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. We got some more people here. Shout out to the author Lena Dow. Welcome. Hello. Big Oos is in the building. Happy hump day to you, John. Shout out to Sports for You and Sports for You Wrestling. If you don't know, you need to know. So you got to find out. Go look for them on Twitter. Sports for You. That's the sports ball. That's football. And then Sports for You Wrestling, where they talk about all things wrestling. You could catch them tonight, as a matter of fact. So, guys, what do we feel about Unreal? How do y'all feel about Unreal? Do you think it's scripted, or do you think it's raw and unfiltered? And how do you feel about what they're going to be covering in this second season so far?
I think, like, for me, the thing is with Unreal, and I thought this about the first season, it's supposed to be their quote unquote a reality show for them. They're pulling back the curtains and letting you see what goes on behind the scenes. Yes, and they're doing that, which I think is great for like the new fan that's coming into the business and or coming into being a fan of the business. Because like us, we know what the Gorilla position is. We know, what they do in Gorilla. We saw the writer's room, and we had an idea what they do in that writer's room. But for a new fan, it's good. My point I want to make is that they're only showing us like what they want us to see. You're not getting that. Wrestling is such and I said this on Mimi's podcast for Tasty Talks. It's such a closed brotherhood / sisterhood that they're still wanting to protect that mystique to an extent. So they're just going to show you what you want to see. Now, as for this season, it looks like they're going to just take selective superstars to focus on and events for each season. The Seth Rollins cash in, we all have different opinions. I would kind of like to see how that came about from behind the scenes. And of course, you have, what was it, CM Punk, right?
Mm-hmm.
if that's basically what they're covering, it'd be interesting to hear. Like, it's always interesting to hear the views of the superstars. But as far as the overall show itself, I liked it. It just wasn't. I'm like, if you're going to be unreal, if you're going to get in there, take us in there. But they're not going. They're only going to let us see what they want us to see.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Dalton said they just want to show us what it really is. I agree, but I also disagree with that. But I'm gonna let the tribal chief this weigh in on this topic. Monty, how you feeling about Unreal these days?
Okay, so I'm gonna just say this right now, and this is something that I don't really discuss, but just so y'all know, just reiterate this. I said no for a reason. It was suggested to me by someone who actually has a big platform, to write for reality television. Unreal is glorified reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, again, like the wise woman said, they're not going to show us everything. But also, there is a script. Even if it's an outline, there is a script. It's still a script. It's edited. So to me, even if it was like it's a wrestling documentary, no, it's reality TV. So in my opinion, it's entertaining, yes, but I wouldn't take everything that happens in Unreal to heart, and I wouldn't take everything that's being said to you to heart personally. That's me though. They do give you interesting, if you are a new up and coming wrestling fan, like the wise woman says, they do give you a different point of view and show you how it actually works, but they're not going to tell you everything to protect that brotherhood and that sisterhood. So
Yeah.
in my opinion, that's great and wonderful, but also like I know what it looks like behind the curtain when it comes to reality television, not to wrestling. And yeah, I want
I'm
no parts of it.
I'm gonna say this. One thing that I've learned being a fan of WWE since, oh my gosh, since watching it with my great grandma, you have to pay attention to the small details in everything they do. They like a lot of wordplay and word association. They like to drop Easter eggs. They like to tell you what's going on without telling you what's going on. And if you look at that logo right there, what do you notice? The one thing that I notice is the un part.
Underline.
It's underlined. Un means not.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, when I look at this, not real. That's why I said I believe it's all scripted and they only are giving us what they want us to see.
Mm-hmm.
They're very much, you can't tell me that Cody is still not in character when we saw Unreal season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Jay was still in character. He wasn't Joshua Fatu, he was Jay Uso. That wasn't Cody Reynolds, that was Cody Rhodes. You know? So
Philip Charles Montgomery Brook, that Montgomery Punk, that was still, that's still CM Punk. Sorry.
yeah, that 1,000-year-old man. We love you, Punk. We love
Y'all know he's 1,077 years old.
Yeah.
Y'all know that, right?
Dalton has a question for us. He said, "My question: do y'all think they did this late?" Um,
I don't
I
think y'all want me,
actually,
but
I don't think they did it late. I don't think they did it early. I think they did it right when they needed to. A lot of people were complaining about the particular things that were in season 1. For example, Jey Uso's Royal Rumble win. There was a ton of complaint about that. Um, They wanted to know about CM Punk and him coming back and how did that all come together. They wanted to also see what was going on with Cody, and they gave them that. That's what they gave us.
Mm-hmm.
But they only gave us enough. They didn't give us enough to get full. They just gave us a taste. So we'll keep coming back. So that's Unreal. I'm not sure when the second season starts in 2026. Probably after the new year, after we are already on the road to the Royal Rumble. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to our next point of news, and this one has to do with my namesake, the final boss, also aka Monty's baby daddy. We're talking about The Rock, because The Rock recently revealed that while he was filming The Smashing Machine, he suffered a concussion. And the way he got this concussion is kind of the final boss's fault. He told the MMA fighter that he was in the movie with, he said, make it real. He said, go all the way and hit him as hard as he could. And so he did. And he then gave the damn final boss a concussion. So ladies, weigh in on this for us. How do you feel about this one?
I take it y'all want me to answer this one.
Oh gosh, and if everything is legit and that's what he said and everything happened per se, that is going to, because people have the fans have such a high hope when it comes to stories that are going on in WWE that The Rock is part of these stories. So now we are left hanging. If that was so, and this is going to be hindering him, what are they going to do with the timeline of those stories in WWE while he heals, and what's going to be his thought process as he heals? Is he going to be like, okay, I'm done when it comes to WWE, or is he going to be like, okay, I'm healed, let's go, let's continue with the plans? Because I want to see that ultimate ending plan, so to speak. I want to be real, Rock and Roman, but I also want him to be healthy, and I want him to be able to bring his best. I want to see both at their best. Because if we recall, we had Roman with a legend in The Undertaker, and even Mark Calloway was like telling him, Joe, I didn't give you, and this is not verbatim, but I apologize, I didn't give you my best. So I don't want to see that when we get our big match with Dwayne and with Roman. So I'm just interested in just seeing how this injury is, or how this situation with him is going to affect his future in WWE and future storylines in WWE.
Absolutely. And by the way, shout out to Nessa from Humble Roses. She's also part of the Fab Four and a dear friend to ATD. So shout out to y'all. And then Zach said, it's International Coffee Day. Zach, that's the best day right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is the best day right there. Some good old coffee. Oh, thank you, Nessa. Thank you, love. Dalton says, I'm curious to see what he's going to do when he shows up in WWE, or will he stay in Hollywood? I think Rock is going to come back for that. He said he only had, I believe, 2 matches left in him, and he knew who those matches were, and I believe one of them was Roman. So we'll see. I got a feeling he may show up at WrestleMania 43. I know everyone is not very happy about the Saudi Arabia WrestleMania, but it is what it is at this point. Monty, did you want to weigh in on your baby daddy? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me just say it like this. This was method. Rock is trying to get an Oscar, okay? He's trying to get an Oscar. He's trying to get an Emmy. He's trying to get a Golden Globe. So what he basically did was, for the love of art. Some actors, some artists, for the love of art, they gonna sacrifice themselves. He is under concussion protocol. I don't think he's not going to not come back. Number one, Saudi Prince is paying a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of money. I don't think he's not. The one thing I'm gonna say right now, he's not going to come back. Wrestling is in his blood. So I don't expect him. I expect him to stay under that protocol. But I also expect, let's just say this right now, if this man gets nominated for an Oscar, he has more weight and more backing behind him. And he can pretty much look at whoever is in charge of creative and say, now, fuck you. We're doing it this way now.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the funny thing that stands out to me, right? With WrestleMania 43 being over in Saudi, we know that they kind of bend the knee to the Saudis when they go over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
and they give them a lot of control over who wrestles, what they want to see, how they want it to play out, so on and so forth. And so I think that with this being the first WrestleMania over there for Saudi Arabia, they got to be pulling out all the big names. I'm talking Roman, I'm talking legends, I'm talking uh uh even some of the top women. I'm talking about Rock. I mean, I could see this being a fully loaded, star-studded event. Now, how good it's gonna be, we'll have to wait and see. But I could see The Rock showing up for that, and that being his retirement match. Which, as a kid that kind of grew up through the Attitude Era and seeing Rocky Maivia come out, I am going to miss our final boss when he does retire and leave his boots in the ring, so to speak.
Came out with that Jerry curl fade.
Yes, he did.
And the Jerry curl fade. I mean, this is just it's been a long time. But no, it's method acting. That's all. Method actors do crazy things, okay?
If you guys didn't hear, there was a trademark filed last week by WWE for the name PJ Vasa. And we now know from the horse's mouth, so to speak, who PJ Vasa is. None other than P Nasty from LFG. And let me just tell you, from one Uzi heart to another, I could not be more excited for this. I have been waiting on her to get to NXT, because if y'all ain't watched her, if y'all ain't paid attention to this young lady, you are missing out on a future WrestleMania main eventer. I'm calling it now. That girl is good. She got the look, she got the promo skills, she got the in-ring ability, and she don't take no okay? She don't take none. Like she says, come get your issue. So PJ Vasa is now P Nasty, or vice versa. So we are excited to see her, as she says, enter the chat. Monty and Leslie.
I know for me, like I haven't watched that much with her and seen that much of her, but I have seen her online, and what little I've seen her with clips of her. Girl has got an attitude, and from what I saw, she's got the talent, and I love it. Like I'm loving this. It's like, yes, the women, don't get me wrong, the women are beautiful, but I'm ready for some attitude. And she herself is beautiful when it comes look, on the outside, but I'm ready for some attitude in this ring. I'm over all the quote unquote Barbie girls, and not that they're not all talented, but I need some attitude in this ring, and I think PJ Voss is going to bring it. I think she's going to be the one to fire up NXT. I'd like, there's some dream matches in there I'd like to see. I'd like to see her lock up with, say, a Lash Legend. I'd like to see her lock up with Jake Parker, with a Lola Vice. Those tougher. You get her if Jordan Grace comes over. Can you imagine Jordan Grace and PJ Vasa? So
that would be so good, so fire.
I'm probably missing out. I probably need to go back and hit up the YouTube videos and watch this girl, because I've seen how everybody's hyping her up, and obviously she said, "Come get your issue." I'm like, no thanks, girl. I mind my own business. I'm gonna mind my business, and you go handle yours. Well, I got you. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take your advice, Faith. I think I'm gonna go check into her a little more, and I'm excited to see what she brings to the business.
And real quick, if you guys don't know who we're talking about, it is this young lady right here. And as I pop up the picture, I just want you to take note of the swag on this girl. Oh, hold on. I gotta take one away. There we go. Let me pop her up.
Let's see, Miss Attitude. in the best way, all in the best way.
Hold on, it's loading. There she is.
Mm,
There she is. That
I'm
is
scared.
P Nasty, aka PJ Vasa. And I know the question may be, is she part of the bloodline? No, she is not directly related to the bloodline, but indirectly she is. She has been training with the Tongan twins. She also trained with Nia Jax, and I believe she also trained with Tamina and Naomi at one point. So the girl is well seasoned, well vetted. So I am excited to see her. Monty, your take on this as we say hello to Miss JoJo?
Hey, JoJo. Let me just say this right now. Can she take the title off of JC Jane?
I would love it. I would be right here for it.
PJ Vasa, come save us.
Yep.
Come save us, please. That's all.
Oh, thank you for bringing this up, Dalton. You can watch LFG on Tubi for free. And I believe Evolve is on there too.
Yep.
A shout out to JoJo right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Lena, author Lena Dow said, I need all women bloodline. Yes.
I'll say this right now.
Yes.
I think we've been waiting for girl bloodline for real, for a very long time.
For a very long time.
We need it.
We need it bad.
They end this story with Rock and Roman. They need to pick it back up with the women.
They need to close the men down, open the women up.
Pick it back up with the women.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Jimmy revealed to us that baby Uso, who we got to see a little ultrasound of, and they're doing super kicks, is due around WrestleMania time.
Mm-hmm.
So next year we could, once Naomi comes back, if she's still that heel that we need in the women's division, if she's still proceeding with caution and she comes and she builds her own line, I cannot wait to see where that story will go. So we are excited and excited to showcase her here in ATD as she continues her journey. Y'all, I'm telling you, I've seen her, I've heard her. If you ain't watching her, you need to find Tubi and you need to watch her. That girl got it. She got it in every single way, shape, form, or fashion.
Beautiful.
All right, we're going to move on to the next topic. Mr. John Cena, the Unseen 17, is close to his final match, which we now know is going to be held in Washington, D.C. on December 13th. Tickets go on sale on October 17th. And while we're talking about the tickets, there's a little bit of controversy around these tickets. Because from what I have researched, some of those tickets are going to be between $8,000 and $11,000 for a Saturday night main event, a glorified house show. And we still don't know truly who his opponent is. I know there's a lot of speculation that it's going to be Gunther. But ladies, I'm going to tell you, I got some other names in mind. And John Cena kind of ran through some of these names. He said Jimmy Uso. He said Jey Uso. He said AJ Styles, which we're getting that at Crown Jewel, so I'm excited for that. He said Dominic Mysterio. You know, that IC title is the one that Cena needs before he retires. I know some people will probably say, no, it's too early for the two names I'm going to mention. If they do go to main roster, Obafemi and Trick Williams. I know that people are like, well, Braun Breaker. I could see Braun Breaker. But I want to see some freshness. I want to see something I've never seen before. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see who it will be. Monty and Leslie, you want to weigh in?
I'm going to say it like this, okay? And this is just being brutally honest, all right? So first of all, let's talk about the ticket prices. How about you give me $8,000 and I be John Cena's opponent for his last match? How about you pay me $11,000 and I get to do it?
Right.
Because that's pretty damn ridiculous. But as for John Cena's last match, again, John Cena, by the way, he broke up with us, even though we didn't know we were dating, and then told us we were bad parents. But, John Cena don't raise my kid. I do. But this is the very end of it. In all honesty, I've always felt that John Cena needs to go out the way that he went in. We need to not know whose opponent is at all. And you need to get somebody like a Obafemi or a Trick Williams to come out to the ring and to say ruthless aggression and to take him out that way.
That's good.
Mhm.
That's good.
I've
And I
always felt
forgot a name. Drew McIntyre.
Mhm. Mhm.
Y'all need to put some respect on Drew's name. I
as I
know
call him,
Drew.
chest hair.
I know Drew done caused our boys a lot of pain throughout the timeline, but y'all need to put some respect on Drew's and Randy.
And Randy.
Where's Randy? I know I'll get to that in a little bit, but I do also like Dalton's pick. What do y'all think about Dalton's pick?
Damian Priest.
I don't know. That'd be interesting. To me, it needs to be somebody fresh, because John Cena was young, fresh, and brand new when he came up and he said to Kurt Angle, ruthless aggression. I need somebody young, fresh, brand new, just wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. Just Obafemi is great.
I guess with me, here's what I'm thinking. I haven't really ever been like a huge John Cena fan, but I get it. I get what he's done for the business and everything. So I would want to see him go out in a good way. Having said that, I wouldn't mind him getting that Intercontinental, getting that shot at the Intercontinental title if he's never held that, and that's what he needs to complete, the Grand Slam or whatever it is. And then it's Dominic Mysterio. You still got that young, fresh talent for him too. But having said that, I also look at it like a last match as a way to kind of, I don't think he's yet technically passed the torch. People can disagree. It's okay. We all have our own thoughts, but I feel like that last match, not only should he be able to, that should be his like, a shining moment for him, but also just to be able to kind of the passing of the torch to somebody. And like you all said, in that case, if you have someone like an Obafemi or a Trick Williams, that would be a good scenario to have that. So
yeah,
no matter what, I think it's John Cena, and he's going to entertain us, and it's going to be emotional. I might not have been like a serious fan of his, but he was around when I was a fan of it and made the business better and made the product better and enjoyable. So I'm a miss John. I'm a even though I'm not a huge fan of his, I might get a little teary eyed at that last match. And those prices, I agree. That's crazy.
I removed the ticker real quick so you guys can see it. Will be viewable on Peacock, or if you have Netflix internationally or a VPN, you can see it on Netflix. And that's Saturday, December 13th, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern. Look, a couple comments here. Arthur Lena Dow, given their legendary history, Randy Orton should be John Cena's final opponent. One last battle to honor decades of rivalry and give fans the ultimate farewell match. I'm with you there, Lena. I'm with you there. Dalton said, even I don't trust WWE. Like Faith said, we'll see. He'd rather have John Cena had not wrestled. I don't want Cena getting the angle treatment when he wrestled Corbin for his last match. That was a slap in the face. You know what it was? Because at that time, Baron Corbin's gimmick was horrible. What was he called?
Constable Corbin.
Constable. It was horrible that
he looked like he just got done doing a shift at Applebee's.
Yes. So Dalton also said 2003 and 2005 Cena he liked better, and those were ridiculous ticket prices. I know. I'll be so glad when they are done paying off this debt and we can go back to family friendly affordable prices. So moving on to our next topic, because we are going to talk about some bloodline. So if you are a fan of the bloodline or kind of want to hear our take, go grab a friend. Tell them stick around because the main event is coming up. All right, let's move on to bam. NXT versus TNA is ready to be shown on October 7th, but they renamed it. They changed it from Invasion to Showdown. So, either way, let's talk about this NXT TNA crossover. At the current moment, NXT holds some of their very prominent titles. You have Trick TNA, or Trick and A, as he calls it, with the TNA title. You have Kalani Jordan, who just won the Knockouts title. And let's be for real, them knockouts over there, they don't play. If you recall, Naomi was over there as Trinity. And so you got some very, I kind of feel like TNA needs a win this one. They have taken loss after loss at the hands of NXT. I think I'm gonna go Team TNA on this one. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like they need a win. And I will stand 10 toes down on my belief that Joe Hendry is a dang Trojan horse. That man is a op. He know every in and out of the performance center. And like Ava said this past NXT, it ain't over. But how do they keep getting in the building? Where's the security? How come security? Because Joe Hendry done showed them the way. Leslie and Monty, your thoughts on the NXT TNA Showdown?
The fact that they changed it from Invasion to Showdown, I was like, okay, but they didn't change the art for it. They art for it, the digital art for it. I was kind of just like, it's still Invasion. Okay, cool, whatever. In my opinion, I think that Trick Williams is going to get pinned by Mike Santana.
Ooh, at Bound for Glory?
No. At Invasion.
Oh, I thought they moved their match to Bound for Glory.
The 5-way, the fourth is a 4-on-4
Oh,
match.
you're talking about the Survivor Series style
yes.
match.
I think that Trick Williams is going to get pinned by Mike Santana.
I agree.
And the reason why I think that that's going to happen is because, well, number one, Mike's foot is on Trick Williams' neck. He ain't let up. He ain't turned loose at all. But also, it gives Mike Santana more of a reason to take the TNA title off of Trick Williams.
Right.
But also, and this is just me personally, and this is what I would love for them to do. And I know Ricky just got it, and I don't want Ricky to lose the title just yet. Put the NXT title on Ricky. Put the NXT title that Ricky has on Mike Santana. Change them over. They got your titles. Take theirs. That's all.
Now, interesting you said that, because at this showdown, there's also a tag team match with titles on the line.
Between the Hardys and Dark Stater, as I call them, the YNs.
The YNs. Now, there's 4 members of Dark State, right? 2 of them already got tag titles. Could you imagine if they beat the Hardy Boys?
Wow.
Oh my God, Matt and Jeff.
Just think about that. Dark State beats the Hardy Boys for the tag titles, Leslie.
Wow.
Who else could they go after? Could we see Dark State versus the Usos? Could we see Dark State versus the Lucha Bros when they get back together? Could we see Dark State versus New Day? They
Dark State versus B&B Security.
They would have a ticket to whomever.
Oh yeah, when you holding that double gold like that, I mean, if that whole stable has gold, tag team gold like that, they're going to be untouchable. They're going to have that again, exactly like you said, a ticket. As far as the teams go, I think it is kind of a must win for TNA. Now, I think y'all are. I agree with y'all on the men. The women, I mean, I don't know. Now I love my NXT girls with the ladies. I might with the ladies teams. I might have to go NXT, but um uh Kalani put herself together a good team there, so we shall see. But I'm gonna go with the teams. We're gonna come out Team TNA on the men's and a Team NXT for women.
I'm worried, y'all. I'm with you, Leslie, because you know I love me some Jada and I love me some Lash, but I'm concerned about them being on the same team and they got that strong animosity.
Okay.
Can they pull it together for Team NXT on the
Here's,
women's side?
here's the thing. Lash isn't on the team. It's a 4-on-4 for the women's.
Oh, I thought Lash got on there.
No.
Too.
It is Lola. It's Juiceless JC.
Oh God.
It is Sol Ruka and who's the fourth person?
Is it Jada?
Jada, yeah.
Jada,
That's it. And then you have Marseille, who of course is Jakari. And then you have the Iconics, Inspiration.
And Kalani.
And then you have Kalani and that fourth person. I can't remember who that is. Who is that fourth person? It's somebody else.
Is it Indy Hartwell?
No, because it's Kalani, it's the Iconics, it's 2, and then it's Mara. So that's the 4, because Iconics is 2. So
I was
that's
thinking Lash was on there for
4.
Well, then we got a problem.
That's where they dropped the ball last night, and a lot of people were noticing it on the timeline because you had the perfect opportunity to put Lash and Jakari on 2 opposite teams and have them face off. They didn't want to do it that way.
Well, and if you follow Jakari Jackson, aka Mara Shadi, on Twitter, she posted a picture of her, Lash, Ora Mensa, and I forgot the other guy's name. But I don't know, cause she just left NXT. Could she be feeling a little nostalgic about? Okay, I'm gonna say this. Number one, the fact that Lash is not on that team, but Jada is, I can see Lash getting pissed and coming out there and yanking Jada off the ring apron and beating her tail all the way to the back. Number one. Number 2,
right there is where I see shenanigans in the men's match and in the women's match when it comes to NXT.
What was that?
I see shenanigans in the women's match and the men's match. I see it. And the reason why I see it is because number one, you got friggin' Trick and Ricky. They both got titles on the same team. Ricky and Trick are gonna bicker. I can see it.
Ego.
And then for the women's side, you got JC Jane. None of them like JC.
None of them.
None of them like her. Soul don't like her. None of them do. So this is going to be interesting to see how that happens. Now, I do feel like Lash is going to come in and she is going to cost Team NXT. If this is a 4-on-4 elimination match, I could see Lash costing Jada and having Mara pin her. I could see it happening.
Because their friendship could still be going on, technically. Arthur Lena Dow said, feeling like the Hardy Boys will win the NXT titles from Dark State, drop their TNA titles to Bubba and Devon at Bound for Glory, then move full-time to NXT. Legacy meets New Blood. When the Arthur speaks, y'all need to listen.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to move on because we want to get to that bloodline. The next topic of discussion that we've been seeing all over the place is Roman Reigns' WWE contract. Now, we know that his contract is set to expire next year in 2026. And as revealed on Stephanie's podcast, Roman said, look, I want to be the first to do it. I want to be the first to do WWE and movies and not leave WWE while doing the movies. In Roman's career, we've seen him achieve a lot of firsts that other wrestlers have not. He's gone on a 4-year title reign. I know that people of the likes of Bruno Sammartino definitely had longer title reigns, But in the modern era, we saw Roman Reigns unify titles, dominate with his bloodline, you not only unify his titles, but have Jimmy and Jay go and unify the tag titles. Excuse me. So now they're saying that they want to hurry up and lock Roman into this contract. It says Roman Reigns is expected to take on more movie roles in the future that will split his time between film and WWE. Endeavor, TKO, and WWE are making it a priority to re-sign Roman. Let me tell y'all why they want Roman. Who brings in the numbers? If you look back and do your research, that segment with Cody and Seth brought in the lowest viewership that Raw has had since being on Netflix. They want to re-sign Roman fast and lock him into this contract and give him flexibility to, one, have time with his family, to be in movies. And y'all, let's not forget Roman, our tribal chief. He's still battling an unseen opponent, and he's got to take care of his health. So they are giving him room for all of that. It is slated that his time right now is to come back, reunite his family, reunite the Usos, and continue a rivalry with Seth Rollins and the Vision. It goes on to say in conclusion that Roman is entering legendary status. And with the way he draws for WWE, it is not expected to change anytime soon. I agree with that. Roman draws. If you give a hint that man gonna be there, everybody and their mama coming. Sold out arenas on site. The Bloodline story, I don't care if you like it or not, you cannot dispute that it is the greatest story ever told in the wrestling industry today. So, Leslie, what are your thoughts on this?
First off, it's funny how everybody says it's like y'all gotta hate because your favorites aren't this and that. Roman has worked his tail off since he's been there, and he's not really been there like that long. So to have achieved what he's achieved in the amount of time that he's been there has been phenomenal. And it's like he deserves that time. Yes, I'm a huge fan. Everybody that knows me knows I am, and I would love to see him every week on every show. But at the same time, it's nice. It gets exciting when he goes and he takes his breaks to be with his family or whatever he's doing, and to see him come back. I get hyped for each of those comebacks. But let me just say this in all seriousness: your face of the company. I've said it hundreds of times. Your face of the company. Number one, he doesn't have to be there. And we know who the face of the company is. It's going to be that person that can sell your merch, that can get butts in the seats, that can represent the company, not just WWE, but he can represent TKO on a daytime morning talk show, on an ESPN talk show segment with like Stephen A or whatever. Yep. And he's awesome at it. So that's your face of the company, and that's why they're gonna pay him the big bucks. That's why he's gonna get tribal chief money, as he says.
Come on,
with this contract, because I could be petty with it. That's why my fave is getting it, and yours is not. Okay,
there you go.
But
okay,
but that's it. That's it. I could go on, but as far as in-ring stuff, I know he's going to pull it out. He always pulls it out and makes it fun to watch and interesting to watch, and just got to follow it. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do. Movies and WWE alike. So,
Monty?
I'm going to say this right now, okay? And I'm going to be real with y'all. When you drop merch and it's not on sale and people are still buying it, don't say a thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
WWE, and this is the one thing that I always point out to people, back in 2005, The Rock's contract expired. They were not happy about that. Vince in time saw it. He was not happy. The Rock went on to go do all of this big Hollywood stuff, became Mr. Hollywood. And it took time for Vince to bring him back in. They're losing John Cena to Hollywood. Dave Bautista is gone. Rock is here, but he's doing movies. You lose Roman Reigns, you lose the money train. We say it over and over again. You've had 5 years of consistent television with him in this storyline. Going on, it's now 5 years of this. Why would you let him go? Why would you do that when you know damn well he is bringing in money?
Money.
One thing, and he actually said it himself in that one clip. He said, "The shit runs right when it don't run right until I'm in charge. When I'm in charge, it runs perfectly when he's in charge. When he is on the marquee, people are paying for it. When they say he's showing up, the place sells out." Not everybody has that power. Not everybody in this company has that power. You can sit there and you can say everybody else's name. And this is not being a hater. This is me being brutally honest. Not everyone has that pull and that push that he does. I've been in the arena when he's been there. The mood changes completely. Everybody is on their feet. There's another person in the company that can do that. And by the way, he has a concussion because he told an MMA fighter to hit him. For real.
Final ball.
And let me say this, when it comes to Roman, you don't just get that change in the atmosphere. You just don't get that aura when the camera's on. I have seen him. Actually, my first time I got to see him live was at a house show in Little Hicktown, Corbin, Kentucky. So, and that aura was the same there. Like the arena, everybody was up. The ones were up. The blue, you see the reflection of the blue lights from the Titantron, his Titantron. And the mood changed. It's the aura. So when you have someone that can give that, and I know people say, well, y'all overuse that word. When it's facts, it's facts. But it's the thing about him. It's still there when the cameras are off. So that's talent.
You can hate on it all you want. You can hate on it. That man is money. He is money. Period. They're not going to let him go. They don't want to lose him to Hollywood. They will bend over. Nick Khan will bend over backwards to keep him. That is my take.
You know what? When the tribal chief just gives her take, you better take what she gives. And shout out to the 70 joining us for our premiere of The Room. We welcome you. Come on in, have a seat, and we will reserve you a seat. I want to go to Arthur Lena Dow's comment. Roman Reigns is the ultimate needle mover. He doesn't need a title to shine. His presence alone elevates every feud, every segment, every match. He makes the story, not the belt. Come on, Lena. Tell the truth. Dalton has a question for us. Here's my question. Do y'all think The Rock should make his own faction?
He already has one.
We are going to get into that. But you can only get that answer if you come to the room. And after today, I need everyone to hear what I'm about to say. After today, the room will only be available exclusively on YouTube. So I'm going to give you a minute, maybe two. See that little QR code right there? Go ahead and scan it with your phone. It'll bring you over to our YouTube where you can subscribe. You could drop us a comment. You can watch our content. You can you could tell a friend. You could pop in and say hi. Come scan that QR code so that you don't miss a moment of the room, because although today is the premiere, it's going to get better and better from here. I'll give you a minute. Go right ahead.
And y'all, I think if I was looking around, of course, we still learning this YouTube. I think there's like a community section in the YouTube too, in the channel space for like subscribers only. So we could get in there and we could chat and we could talk and we could have a good time. It's just not the party just isn't on the lives on when you see us on screen. It could go in the in comments and wherever, y'all. So yes, click that. If you don't get the QR code, just come on over.
Just come on over.
If you're on the Twitter space, the link is in our link tree in our bio.
It is.
And
we just got a couple more news things to cover, and then we're going to get into this bloodline because we love it. Jay Uso did some interviews recently, and this is what he had to say about his current run in the WWE. This isn't a job, it's a lifestyle. For me, this is a 16-year run. I want to hit 20. That's a big goal for me. You've seen 20 years of Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, John Cena, and all the greats. I want to see 20 years of the Usos. Jay, honey, I don't know where you are right now. I see what you're doing. I like it. I subscribe to Crash Out Central, and you are definitely that. But I have to agree with Jay Uso. I would love to see 20 years of the Usos. I think as a tag team and as individual single competitors, they deserve that. They deserve to see 20 years together, apart, through turmoil, through loving each other, through not being their brother's keeper to being their brother's keeper. So here's the 20 years to the Usos, because I'm going to tell y'all right now, don't talk to me for a whole month when they retire. I'm not going to be okay not seeing Jay Uso on my screen. I'm going to be very emotional to not see Jay or Jimmy. But I better see Jay's son because I know he's training to come up after his dad. And how great would it be? How great would it be if before Jay retired, he got to do a match with his son? I think that would be an awesome achievement for the Fatu family. Monty and Leslie, how do you guys feel about Jay saying he wants to see 20 years of the Usos?
I just want to say, baby, we want to see 20 years of the Usos too. I would love that for him. As long as him and Jimmy are still able to go and they still look great in the ring and, the bodies hold up, which we've seen the workout videos. They stay in phenomenal shape, so as long as everything's going good in their lives and they're able to do that. And if he's blessed to be able to spend 20 years in this business that we as fans love, and that he loves as an entertainer, I'm all for it. I'm like, reach them. And that's the thing. This is the goal setting. And that's a goal for him. And I would like to see him reach it. But I'm like you, I'm going to be a little sad when they leave. I've got a few, in the family, and that I'm going to be kind of sad when they leave. But I'm going to be really proud and hold my head up because I could say, you know what, my guys did it. They did it. They did the thing and they changed the business. So I'm all in for 20 years. Let's go, Jay. Let's go.
I can't say nothing but yeet to that. Yeet. Monty, you want to cover this?
All I have to say is I agree completely. Yeet. 20 years, they get into it. They've been here for a while. So it's about to hit that number. Again, I think honestly, when the Usos retire, when Roman retires, when The Rock retires, that again, I feel like I'm gonna be like Faith. Just don't talk to me for the next couple of months. Don't talk to me for a couple of years. I don't know what to do with myself. But that's it.
It's gonna be a sad day in the. Who we gonna acknowledge? Well, Jacob's still there.
And then Zilla's coming soon, so
we got some others coming up. Yeah,
I mean, come on now. This isn't a family. What we keep saying, it's not a family tree. It's a forest.
It is. Let's be real. We still got, even though he acting a little suspicious, we still got Joe Baby over there trying to sell car insurance.
Four letters, one word. Stop. Really, Joe Baby?
Mhm.
Really, Joe Baby? Joe Baby.
Our last bit of news before we hop on over to talk about the bloodline. This is very interesting. Some of you may remember Lance Storm and some of you may not. Lance Storm is not a fan of the champion versus champion dynamic. He said ahead of WWE Crown Jewel, Lance compared he compared the champion versus champion to when Roman Reigns was the only world champion. He said, I really dislike the champion versus champion. Just the fact that it draws attention to the fact that you have two world champions and in essence don't have one. I don't think it's talked enough about the Seattle WrestleMania, how the Seattle WrestleMania tanked, and it was the first WrestleMania that had two world titles on it rather than a true authentic main event. And for the most part, business declined following 20 years. He goes on to talk about how when Roman had the titles and he unified the titles, we got some really great matches. Everybody was chasing after the title. He says, I don't like two world titles. And I think that segment, and he's talking about the segment pictured there between Cody and Seth, while good, just draws attention to the fact that there isn't really a world champion, men or women, in WWE. I'm not saying they're in trouble. I'm saying they were better when the main event was the babyface chasing the single world champion. Cody's story was after that one champion. Drew chasing after Roman. Sammy chasing after Roman. That meant more. Roman ain't never lied. He ain't never gonna lie to us. He told y'all this is the workhorse championship. He told y'all that title, when he unified them, even when he had the universal title, he told y'all this is the title. He is the man. And has he been proven wrong? No. Monty and Leslie, how y'all feel about two champions going against each other to prove who's the better champion? Or would you rather see authentic champion chasing moments?
So here's what I think on that, okay? Because I'm, being a little older, I have seen where it was a single world title, and I see where he's coming from. It's good to see that chase, but remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we get the two titles basically when we got the two brands?
Right.
So you had that SmackDown champion, and you had that Raw champion, and when all that first began, again, correct me if I'm wrong, if I can remember correctly, you didn't cross over to another brand. So you basically, each brand had their own title.
Right.
Now I kind of, it's nice to have the two titles, but then you look at what you said, one of them being like a workhorse title, and one of them, is I don't want to use the word celebrated. What am I looking for when I'm looking at that?
It's the marquee.
That's it. That's a good word for it. The marquee title. So, I kind of see what he's saying, and I kind of agree, because it's like, the chase of that one, it's almost like, oh, if I don't get this one, I can always go after that one now. But I also got to remind everybody in him, that's where we got those when we got that brand split. And I like it either way. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I'm trying to go, but I mean, I kind of see where he's coming from, but I can kind of see it both sides on this. I can kind of see both ways, but yeah, I don't know. Now, if they all come back together, if they're truly going to come back together, then yes, maybe just have the one title. I guess that's a way to sum it up for me.
This is my opinion on that. The brand split was done because by the way, I just want to let y'all know, they split the brand because they just bought WCW. you have too many. The roster was loaded at the time.
Yeah.
So they had to put they had to create Raw and SmackDown as two different brands. They had to have a draft. They had to put people on one show, people on the other show, in order to even it out and divvy it up. They still have the same problem. The roster is loaded, but now you have people who aren't supposed to be on SmackDown on Raw, and people who are supposed to be on Raw on SmackDown. Like, what are we doing? Does anybody else give a damn about the rules but me? Is that it? That is where it gets to be a problem, because it's like, you're the champion of Raw. Why the hell are you doing on SmackDown?
Right.
What is the SmackDown champion doing on Raw? It's too much. When Roman was double champ, when it was Roman 2 reigns, when he had both belts, it put a focus on him to the point where you had people who were like, let's let the party continue. That was us. And the people who were going, who's going to take it off of him? Who needs to take it off of him? That was the conversations that people were having. Even with us going, let the party continue. Eventually, the reign was going to end. Who was going to be the one to do it? Who do we think should do it? Is it this person? Is it this person? Who can carry the mantle? Who can do this? Who can do that? And in all honesty, I can agree with Lance Storm on that one, but I see why that they did the brand split. But when you do see Seth and Cody together, it's kind of like, what are we doing? So I can understand where he's coming from, but also I'm over here and I'm just going, there's a reason why they're doing this. This is brand supremacy. I don't know why. Right now, Raw is the better show, even though SmackDown was the better show. But I don't know why. But that's all it is brand supremacy. But that's my take on it.
All right. So now comes the fun stuff. We get to talk about our boys. We get to talk about our OTC and the Usos. So if you would allow me, Tribal Chiefess and Wise Woman, I'd like to kick this one off, because I have some evidence I want to put out there in the IWC. And shout out to the 73 who are joining us. I want to challenge y'all. Get me up to 100. Get us up to 100. All right, here we go. I want to take us back to Monday Night Raw, to a particular moment in time. This particular moment. WWE has now released the content of what Roman and Jay were saying. I mean, if you were listening and had a good set of headphones, you heard it live in the ring. But pretty much this is what Roman was saying to Jay. He said, I told you. Didn't I tell you? He said, smash them all. He said, F them all. He said, this is how you stay at the top. He told Jay, it's always been about you. It's always been about us. He said, this is all that mattered. This is all that matters. And then look where the camera is pointing. Poor little lonely nipple holding Jimmy Uso. Jimmy been holding that nipple for the last 17 years. I feel like he been holding that nipple since FCW. And I feel bad because I remember one time Jimmy said, hey, I left my nipple in the front row in that arena. So I hope Jimmy's okay over there. But I want to point this out, and I'm about to make some bold claims. But trust me, your final boss does her research. This story is not about Roman and Jay. Roman let out a video where he's talking his talk as Roman can only do. And he's walking back to Gorilla. And he starts out by saying, I told y'all before, some things change, but not me. He got upset. He gets angry. And I love my Roman Reigns angry. And he says, I don't know why y'all playing. I don't know why y'all think the landscape and the plan has changed. It ain't changed. Roman's plan has always been that Jay be his successor, that Jay be the next tribal chief, that Jay would fall in line and be his right-hand man. Jimmy was the one that when they went around to get the family's approval, because if you know anything about the Samoan culture, they do not have to follow who's born first. If the family feels like the younger person is a better leader, that's what they're going to do. It's a vote of confidence amongst the elders and the family. Roman told us who did not approve of Jay becoming the right hand man. And there was only one man, and it was Jay's day one, and it was Jimmy. And for a long time, I, like all of you, thought, Jimmy, you are tripping. Like, let your brother shine. For years, you've led the Usos, and it's always been Jimmy and the other twin. Let Jay have his shine. But then I realized something once I saw this moment, guys. Here's my bold claim. Jimmy has always been the good guy. He has never detoured from what his heart has set out to do. When Jimmy came back into the Thunderdome after his injury, how was he? He challenged Roman's authority. Yep. If you remember that scene with Roman, Jimmy, and Jay in the Usos locker room, Roman held up the Universal title and said, "Do you see this?" And Jimmy immediately popped off and said, "Look, I don't give a damn about that title. I give a damn about my brother. I do give a damn about you." And he said, "By the way, I had to sit at home and watch you abuse my brother for a whole year." Then we see him come out with my favorite shirt of all,
Nobody's bitch.
Bitch. And then he told Jay, "I got one in the back for you when you ready." Jimmy told Roman in a promo where Roman had cost them their tag team title opportunity. He said, "You jealous? You jealous I'm back? You're jealous I want my brother back? You jealous that we won't gold too?" And he told him, "I am my brother's keeper." He said that from the jump. We have heard him say that again right after the kick heard round the world when Jimmy kicked Roman at Night of Champions when they went up against Sammy and KO. He told Jay, "I should have done this. I'm doing what you should have done a long time ago." He said, "Don't worry, I got you." Then we see them on Friday Night SmackDown. And what does Jimmy say? "I'm my brother's keeper. It's embedded in me to protect them." He tried to get into Solo's ear. He said he's going to use you, throw you in the dirt, and then he'll be done with you. Jimmy's agenda has never changed, Monty and Leslie. It's never changed. He's still his brother's keeper. Yeah, he cost Jay a lot of stuff. But remember when he pulled Jay out of the ring at SummerSlam, that SmackDown after, he said, "Look, I don't want you to become a lying asshole like Roman Reigns." He said that belt corrupts people. And he told him, he said, "I pulled you out the ring because I was afraid. I'm afraid to lose you." Now here we are years later, and Jimmy is losing Jay. Jay has lost it, y'all. That is not tag team Jay. That is not former world champion Jay. That is not single star Jay. That is a beast. That is a reckoning. That is someone who has his mental psyche has shattered. And Roman knows it. Like he said, some things change, but he doesn't. My last little detail, this moment right here. Do y'all remember this moment? This was right before their WrestleMania 40 match. And if I hear anything else about that match, go slap your mama, okay? About that match. Anyway, in this segment, Jay is saying to Jimmy, he goes, "I don't see you no more. I don't ride with you no more. We don't talk anymore." He said, "I miss you." He said, "Just come back to me. Come back to me. Jimmy got upset and was like, come back to you. I never left you. He said, this whole time I've been protecting you. And then he said, even now I'm still protecting you. He said, when you wanted to leave the bloodline, I did it because I'm your brother. He said, and what happened? You went out here, you became the biggest star, sold all the merch. Great. But he said, then you did something. You did something that hurt me. You went out and won tag team gold, and you thanked Cody Rhodes for your success. And Jimmy said, I, your big brother, big bruh, is the reason for all your success. Jimmy was heartbroken in this moment. He was heartbroken. He figured that if he cost Jay enough titles and detoured Jay's path enough, that Jay would give in and fall in line and come back to him. Jimmy is just a brother trying to be a big brother to take care of his little brothers. That's all Jimmy ever has been. Jimmy bled for Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy was there after Jay won his title in the biggest stage of them all. And now Jimmy is afraid that he's losing his brother, that his brother is isolated on an island by himself. So in this one, y'all know I love me some Jey Uso, but I'm on Jimmy's side this time. This is Jimmy's story. So Monty and Leslie, I'll start with Monty on this one.
Because I got a rebuttal.
Brewing.
I got a rebuttal. I got a good one. I got a rebuttal. I agree with you. This is about Jimmy, but I have to disagree with you about everything else. Jay and Roman both know what it's like to be at the top of the mountain. That was a conversation between two lions.
Yep.
Jimmy is odd man out. I want to point this out to you as well. Do you remember when Roman named Solo as the future? Before he even said it, Jimmy was all happy, like, yeah, finally I get my turn. And he said Solo. This to me right here, this to me, and I go back to it, I said it to the wise woman, Jimmy is a little jealous. He doesn't know what it's like to be at the top of the mountain like they do. Mm. Even when he's standing in the background, go back to that original photo, go back to the original one. When he's standing right there, that's a look of somebody who's jealous. That's envy. That is envy in his eyes. Those two have the same intensity. Jimmy looks like, man, they're talking without me, and I feel like I don't have anything. I haven't accomplished anything. That's where this is. This story is about Jimmy, correct. But looking at those two, they're in the zone. They're in each other's heads. They know what each other's thinking. That was a pep talk. That back and forth between the two of them, I'm going, that's jealousy there. That's Jay. Jay finally understands what Roman has been going through and why Roman is the way he is. Jimmy don't know what that feels like just yet.
Leslie? So, go ahead, Mon.
In my opinion, that right there, that's going to play wonderfully. That really is. Now, does Jimmy win a singles title? I would like that. I don't know if that's in the cards, but that is the position that I'm seeing right there.
I will tell you this. On the Raw recap, in the almost 20 minutes that Jimmy spent talking about Jay and how all he knows is that he has to stay by his brother's side, he was asked, does he want to go after a singles title? And Jimmy's response was, would I like to? Yeah. But right now he needs to be by his brother's side. I get what you say, that could be seen as a jealousy look. But if you go back and watch that segment and watch his whole body language, this moment, it's not jealousy. He's concerned. But we'll see how it plays out. And if I was Roman, That ain't your cousin, baby. Jay is gone. I'd watch that one. I'm trying to tell you, Roman. That's me. But Leslie, how you feeling about it?
But okay, so it could be both, and I see where both y'all are coming from. But again, Roman said he hasn't changed, and so and Jimmy, I could see where you said maybe Jimmy's concerned because could this just be a whole nother level of manipulation when it comes to Roman and in his interactions with Jay? He said it himself. He says, I've not changed. I haven't changed. Okay, if you haven't changed, then that's still there. That's still there. And this could be a new level, a new form of that manipulation.
I'm going to play devil's advocate for my tribal chief because I feel the need to play devil's advocate for him. Jay knows what Roman has gone through. Mm-hmm. Jay's been right there, but Jay's also felt that spotlight Roman's been under. That is a high chief talking to a tribal chief. That picture right there is a high chief talking to a tribal chief. I'm going to leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting takes. We shall see how it all plays out.
Miss Arthurlina Dow, she said it's Big Jim's turn. Jimmy Uso stepping out of the shadows to carve a legacy of his own. This solo chapter is only getting started. I want to point something out too. I don't think this year or the first 6 months of next year, I don't see Jimmy getting a title just because of what's going on with Trinity, aka Naomi. Mm-hmm. I don't see him wanting to get locked into a title reign until after baby Uso is born. But regardless of how it plays out, this family captivates us every time they grace our screens. Whether it's a Roman coming back to a massively large pop, whether it's Jay coming out and yeeting, or recently my favorite, the Usos theme song reigning throughout the arenas. No matter what, this family keeps us on the edge of our seats, and we love to see it. Other than that, guys, any other things that you guys want to mention?
I think that's it. Other than I hope y'all got y'all's trays in upright position. Strap in. The Bloodline storyline is back. Again, as you can see, we have differing opinions. We won't know until the story unfolds. But intermission's done. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed your salads that we just ate, because that was just the first course is about to come in. And let's go.
Leslie, any final words?
I couldn't have said it any better than Monty said it. It's like, we've had some eventful moments this last few weeks in wrestling, and between NXT, TNA, and WWE, and what's going down. John Cena's last match coming up. What's going down with the Bloodline? What's going on between, like we just talked about, with Roman and Jimmy and Jay. We've got a lot's been said, a lot's been done, but we've got a lot more to go. So I'm ready.
Again, can somebody, we're about to have crab legs again. Can somebody please pass the damn butter? Because we finna eat. Y'all know when Roman is on the damn grill and he's cooking that stuff low and slow, we finna tear some stuff up. So can somebody please pass me the butter? Thank you.
We're about to eat good. And I want to... Oh, go ahead, Leslie.
It's okay. It's done past now. Go ahead.
Y'all can't get content like this if you're not following us. I know I keep beating a dead horse, and I'm going to beat that dead horse till it's flat on the ground. Come over, knock on our front door, press that doorbell, press that subscribe button so that you can open the door and enter the room with us. We are so glad that you joined us. Shout out to the 80 that joined us live for our premiere of The Room. Be looking out on our Twitter for our announcement of the next one. And let me give a shout out to our wise woman who on October 4th will be debuting her very own show, Between the Ropes with Leslie. We are super stoked to hear about her manager manifesto. It will be October 4th at 6 p.m. Eastern. It may be live, it may be recorded, but no matter what it is, you better be in them comments. You better like, comment, and subscribe. Leslie, do you want to say anything about your show?
I'm just excited for it. Sometimes it's me stepping out, and it's I hope y'all like it. I've tried to do a little research and just to bring you all some. If you don't know, especially the new fans, once again for y'all, if you don't know about these awesome people, awesome characters in a business that we all love so much, this is going to be an opportunity for you to listen and get to know, so to speak, in my own way, to show you all to get to know one of the most awesome managers in our business. And so I hope y'all just come on in and enjoy. If you know, and if you have some tidbits you want to add about these awesome performers, these awesome personas that we see each week, if you want to add something that I didn't, by all means, put it in the comments. And, we all learn together, guys. Let's all learn together about this business that we love, that we go crazy over and support. So hope to see y'all then. And like I said, if it's recorded, just hope to see y'all. I really would appreciate y'all's support and feedback. So.
And then, as always, we have not debuting, but for its second episode, we have Talking Tea with yours truly, WrestleFaith. We spilling that hot tea so you don't get burned. You do not want to miss October 11th episode at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. We are going to talk about men's mental and emotional health. And we have a great panel of some fabulous men in the IWC, also known as the men of CCN. We will have John and Trail from Sports for You Wrestling. We are going to have JT from Marks with Mites. We're going to have Dallas Cash, the King of Roses, from the Humble Roses podcast, and also Marks with Mites. We're going to have JB from JB versus the World, BK from Society and Pop Culture 101, Kevin from Humble Roses, and the Kevin and Cash Show. You guys don't want to miss what these fabulous men are going to share about their mental and emotional health as fathers, as individuals, as podcasters. So tap in again, October 11th, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. And before we go, if you ain't got this book, what you doing? What you doing? We have an author right here in our dynasty on the island. The wonderful, the talented Miss Monique Vaughn. Monty, you want to tell them about Homecoming?
If you love stories about, of course, if you're a Bloodline fan, you're going to love this book. It's a story about legacy, about dynasties, about titles. If you love true crime, there is a murder. There is a murder. If you love romance, there's some romance. If you love angst, there's angst. It has everything you could possibly imagine. It is a story about a beautiful, wonderful child star named Emmy Fontaine and her boyfriend, Jason Ambrose. And this is the beginning of their legacy, the beginning of their story. It's the beginning of their fairy tale. Guys, I've put my all into this. It is available on barnesandnoble.com exclusively. The link is in the description box, as well as the link tree in our bio on Twitter. And that is it for me.
Well, guys, thank you for coming to the premiere of our new show, The Room. Keep an eye out on our Twitter page. Matter of fact, go follow us there too. Follow us on IG. Follow us on TikTok. Just follow us. Y'all know y'all like us. Stop playing with yourselves. Oh, pause. Didn't mean it that way. Shout out to the 81 that have joined us today in the Twitterverse and here on YouTube. And we will see you guys for Friday Night SmackDown. Deuces, oozes.